Good morning, Gallatin County. It is Tuesday, July 14th, 2020. I woke up at 6:30 this morning, the thing I don't do, to go to the Gallatin County Board of Health meeting. There was quite a gathering there at the Commons at Baxter and Love, and thank you for the graciousness of that group that let us be there. They had the chairs set apart, 6 feet apart. I guess it looked like about 50 chairs set up. But there was a whole crowd. By the time I got there, just before 7 o'clock, there was a whole crowd in the back. Long story short, they canceled the meeting because the crowd that was gathered in the back along the wall refused to leave. And supposedly it was the fault of the people that we were not able to have a public meeting. The Board of Health decided to save face or on personal conviction or whatever reason that they would not proceed with the meeting unless the room was cleared. Which it is interesting that I noted at the end there were some people that would hang back. I don't know if everyone there was of the same attitude, but the prevailing attitude through the beginning and all the way to the end, we took a vote. Was there anyone that was in favor of the rule that the Board of Health was proposing? And there was not a soul, not one soul. And the thing that's insidious about the whole thing is because of the laws of the state of Montana, Governor Steve Bullock was allowed to appoint these people to the Board of Health, and then he was allowed by his own powers to declare a state of emergency where there is none. And that by the authority of that rule, Sheriff Goodkin is compelled to follow the law, and they have no accountability to the people. So there's still a chance that they might vote in favor of the rule that enforces you to wear a mask in public, even if you're not sick. If you're not sick and you have no risk of getting sick, you're not a high-risk group, the Board of Health's vote would say that you were going to have a civil violation or a fine by refusing to wear a mask. And it's not about the wearing the mask. I have friends that I understand and I support them wanting to wear a mask. The masking has divided us enough. It's not about the mask. It's about a group of people, a board of 9 people, where it seems that the only one on our side who stayed, to his credit, was the commissioner, and the rest of the group seemed totally content to not listen to us, to not listen to the group, which gives us an impression of what they're intending to do. So again, the insidious thing about it is 150 people, probably maybe 200 people were gathered and allowed to gather, right? And great, right? We're all healthy, we're all fine. We were allowed to gather, but there's still a possibility that the voice of the people will not be heard because they're not accountable to the people. They're not elected officials. They're not a group of people that would have that accountability. And so I do hope and pray for them that they will vote on the side of freedom, personal liberties and freedom, because we in Montana are good at following rules, right? We're good at obeying the law. I said that wrong. It's not that we follow the rules. We're common sense responsible towards one another in terms of being peaceable and being responsible towards one another. We don't need a manufactured board to tell us what is right in terms of treating our neighbor with respect and preserving their well-being. We already know how to do that. And not only that, but most of us in Gallatin County are so far apart from one another on most occasions, there would be no need for most of us to have to worry about a mask. I'm here on the Gallatin River on my own, and there's not a soul in sight, right? And why would I need to be wearing a mask here? And so I just wanted to, if anybody's watching this at all, I just wanted to say I'm impressed by the support of the county and by the individuals that came, because it is amazing to me. It's a resounding support for people being people and having independent liberties to do as they do and be responsible for one another. And then there's a board of 9 ordained and dubbed more authoritative than all the rest of us, who supposedly have authority to tell us what we can and can't do. And the saving grace of all of this is there's overwhelming support in Gallatin County for us having our personal liberties, and any kind of manufactured rule or supposed vote, it's all an illusion. It wasn't done by the voice of the people. It was done by the voice of a few. For what agenda, I don't know, but it's a full frontal assault on our freedom to assembly, as was demonstrated today.